themselves in a majority of the better spots, winning their rotations, and their setups have been great as well. And already starting this game, you find 12 seconds off P1. You were able to flip those spawns over towards P2. They're just doing the fundamentals correct right now.
Yeah, hope they had that pre-check when it came down to the airport. Regardless of it, as you said, Florida, big map for them. All eyes focused on this game one for them, as they are betting all the cards that they can potentially walk away with this first one. It is great work so far here from the Mutineers. However, Slasher able to poke away at two. Some close spawns for Faze. Now make this much more manageable for them. Simp is jumping over every bullet. There's a BZ. Havoc with a bit of an answer, but Atlanta run wild here in the lobby, and now they have got the time.
Out of Atlanta, Faze, you fly straight on through middle arch, and you're able to find every single kill. Now it's all left up to Slasher. He does find two. The rest of his teammates are finally back into the play, but Florida is still doing a great job just contesting this hill to the very end, until you have to challenge Celium, who eventually finds two kills. They're also putting a lot of pressure on knowing where the spawns are coming in. On the side of Atlanta Faze, as Capsule is able to find three, but Celium with the two-piece Semtex is able to get him off for that time. Such a back and forth hard point. I think this is a must-win for the Florida Mutineers. One of your best hard point modes. And going up against Atlanta Faze, who have struggled in this mode as of recent, lost their last.
Standing on me, absolute simp. He's spawn killing dub arch. Okay. I'm gonna go behind. He's awesome. Go couches here. You go couches here. Spawn behind them kitchen.
One's behind a single. A BZ behind a single.
You know what I'm doing? Side door kitchen slasher. Side door kitchen slasher.
I'm coming couches.
Nothing lobby desk. Nothing couches. Oh, he's couches right now. Easy.
One single.
Couches now. Easy.
One's behind the middle couch.
One's front dubs.
I mean, I'll be honest, not bad comms by any stretch for the Florida Mutineers. The issue, Jay, trying to make this one competitive. As we said, a break could really start to change the game, but how about a hold? How quickly Florida can get right back in this game, but here we go. Faze a little late to the party, but they've eventually arrived. Quite a few cooks in the kitchen, and Faze are turning up across the board from the squad. Another lovely team spree. It was 7 as a squad for a moment. Simp eventually dropped, but they can feel pretty good about that score line. The near turn on from Abizi is going to lead us to 226 to 152. You got to give it all you got if you're Florida, and this is not an easy not an easy hill to lock down, Jay, especially with the streak coming in from the skies.
Oh yeah, the streak's coming in, and Simp on the flank. The streak is not even going to be useful, as Simp is able to find two. Smalls now flip 20 seconds away from Atlanta Faze, closing out in the map number 1. You see the spawns for Florida. They're all the way across the map. Now they have to try to attack it from bedroom side. Atlanta Faze got all the info. They're cutting them all down, man. This game 1 is done.
Yeah, this one's over. I've never seen a funnier cruise missile though, man. Like literally Slasher's just coming in over the top, and he's like, oh, everybody's dead. I guess I'll just go ahead and crash land this one. No big deal. Into round 3 we go. Faze trying to go for that quick plant. We know the strategy that they love. Cap, he goes high. Abizi's low. Plant is in, and now it is up to Florida to make the retake. Crack over the top. Meanwhile, it's Fellow. Can he hit 2 snipes? He's got 1, and Havoc ends up trading on the other. 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds to go. Someone's got to sneak on that defuse. It's going to be Fellow with a great route to make his way in towards top PD. You know that Celium likes to play that position, but this time it's going to be Slasher. The double chow comes in. Now it's all left up to Celium once again in a 1v3.
Oh, they know where he is. They know where MC is hiding, and it will be a retake. There, down instantly. A massive spot that Florida has found themselves in. Cat with a lot of real estate. He's got to clean it up. Thankfully, Havoc is there to save the day. Wonderful work coming in from DJ Cap, as Faze now left in a very precarious spot. Sip goes for the instant chow onto Fellow, dodging sniper bullets, and with that quickly been planted. Abizi does get found out. Lovely first blood coming in from Capsule, and now Simp will decide to edge himself in the corner. Florida have got to know Simp's got to be around here somewhere. At least takes 1 to the grave before he falls. 2v3 for Faze. Now make it a 1v3 for Celium. Dead silence popped, and he'll get every bit of usage out of it. One player towards is there to stop him. 4 HP is all it takes to stay.
Got us playing over towards A. Might have been able to spot at least a shoulder, and now you definitely see him, but it's gonna be really difficult to hit this shot. Slasher, usually a guy with that has competitive integrity, but he's adapted to his roster. Selling was a huge one-on-one versus Cap, but at least Brack makes it a 2v2.
Oh, and Simp is able to take Brack away. Goes for the instant chow. Give it to Simp. Takes away 2. Celium, though, I feel like definitely had one of the more...
You still have Slasher just keeping 2 players from Florida at that B bomb. So it's all going to fall into the hands of Capsule, who's getting a couple sound cues, but Celium and Simp looking like the dynamic duo, just double jump towards top gas. Not able to find that kill, but this is where Capsule can strike.
Capsule tries to strike. Wonderful work coming in from Celium and Simp. Try to mimic
Brack
movement to full 1. Slasher on the fellow Brack. Last one alive. Able to drop 1. 2 more to go. Knows that Slasher's out of the fight. Has to go for the quick chow. On to MC. But Faze, hold strong. Play aggressive to start.
Faze, necessity's far from over.
Right up for Atlanta. Take a look at those arrows. 3 strong to the bottom side of the map. They did have that information. They know the cross is in. All out push over toward B. Abizi, the first one to hop in. How about the tiny tears? The Dolphin.
Oh my.
Sets up Simp. It's Abizi from the top. And instantly it is Capsule left all by his lonesome. Incredibly.
But fellow actually gets the hit marker on him as well. So that's kind of not the best case scenario, but Simp is eventually going to get traded 3v3, 3v2 now.
All up to Celium and Slasher. Can they keep the streak alive? Fellow with that sniper. Celium goes for the chow. Celium jumps out, and now it's all up to Slasher. Dodging bullets, and eventually is found out. Some smiles and some smirks. That's so
not good.
Expecting a much better hotel control performance out of him. But Jay, I'll be honest, I mean, he helps kind of lead the opening, slay out essentially for the Mutineers, but the rest of the squad pretty much handles the rest of it. Mutineers, the early B zone capture, and to A we go.
And they found a couple kills as well. All of Atlanta Faze coming all spawn, so these kills are going to be massive. As Havoc at least takes down Abizi, but for all the players that are in towards the same point on the side of Atlanta Faze, you have to at least win the trade battle. Slasher, he's able to line up 2 headshots, but Capsule is there for the trade. The rest of his teammates are able to strike as Celium finds the last 2. So they shut down that initial push from Florida. Now you have to think of the game plan. It's all about maintaining kitchen side and Atlanta Faze. They're being the aggressor. They're trying to
defense. We'll see if they can translate that now toward offense as they begin to pretty much diverge right into the center of the map. They've got 2 players on B. They've got somebody also at that A zone. Quite a bit of map positioning from Atlanta. We'll see how Florida looks to deal with it.
Yeah, Florida just got to deal with it. Over towards his speed point. Got to try to take him off of this site. It's going to be all out pressure through to the map. Simp is at least able to find one before he does get cut down. The second segment is already in. The stack is going to be here. Great shots from Slasher. I don't know if he's different without a hat on, Lando, but so far in the respawn, Slasher has been down. So already wave done. It's all about maintaining this map control, staying pushed out towards kitchen, doing a great job of just funneling in towards this side of the map. Don't want to chase this kill, though. There's multiple players outside this door. Abizi's just going to fly in. He's going to go for the challenge onto Havoc. He's able to win it while his teammates are still putting on the pressure. This is a bad situation right now for Florida.
Ooh, wonderful work there from Abizi. My goodness. Simp as well. Able to find the third. It is Capsule left between a rock and a hard place. Wanting to go for the challenge. We know how eager this man is to try and foil things. Eventually, he does get found out. That is now 2 segments over at A. 1 more to go. One last effort here for Florida. Brad goes for the dive. He will fall. Abizi's got players below him. 1v1. Now inside, it's Celium who takes it. And from there, Faze will win the round. Excellent job here from Atlanta. Up to in 10 or 4-11 right now. And that little difference, that little situation, that one little stat nugget could really be the defining factor in what could allow for Florida to eventually get onto this B zone. Brack does get dropped toward the bottom side, and from there, Faze clear. Another wave, 1.5 minutes away from calling this game number 3 theirs.
And Florida now put in a situation where they have to make a decision. Do we rat back and try to fight out bed? We have no bedroom control as Abizi and Celium are already pushed out towards back plat. Celium finds himself on a 5 spree, can potentially earn himself a cruise miss if he can pick up another. And he does just that. 17-9.
Absolutely terrifying if he was able to grab it, but 30 seconds to go. Maybe one last good push. and Capsule jumps out with no teammate support. Sloppy plays here for Florida.
Yeah, Florida just can't find their way in. Even when they're trying to overextend, Atlanta Faze have read the play beautifully with only final 15 seconds on the clock. At least they have somewhat better control, but Slasher and Abizi, they combine for two. Fellow and Capsule still trying to keep it alive. Just have to take down Simp and Celium. It's never an easy task. Time is starting to tick, and this is looking like Atlanta Faze in a clean 3-up.
Yeah, just gonna say, you said for a moment, like, okay, Florida, there's a chance. All you gotta do is take down.
Or at least you put yourself in a great position to find this break on this hill, or at least not allow Atlanta Faze to get a majority of this time. Great shots from Havoc to take down Simp. You got Slasher at 1 HP. Somebody hit a stun, someone hit an aid. But nothing's going to come over the top, and the trophy system is going to keep him alive. That eventually sets up Abizi on the pinch. He finds two. Selling with the third. Last player up is going to be Capsule. But now it's all going to be about this rotations. With Faze finding a couple of kills, going to be a man disadvantage already at the next.
You talk about how AC can absolutely be a money hill. You make him work for it, and you ultimately pretty much do not lose the rotation. We'll see what Slasher can do in the meantime toward the back end, as he'll actually be able to tap away at Fellow. So by no means all forces up currently for the Mutineers. And toward the back, Faze are going to waltz their way in. Brack lines up 2 and make it 3. Wonderful work there from Mr. Newberry as he delivers a triple, and the Mutineers begin to walk.
It's not going to make it any easier because you know at least one player from Florida is working that deep flank over towards PD, but so is Simp on the flank towards top bridge. He's able to cut down two. Slasher reads the play from Havoc, and they maintain the better side of the map. So far, this has been uncontested 20 seconds. Atlanta Faze, great hole.
It's a great position as well from Celium, so that is going to be player 6 and Simp, who's also spawning toward the top side of the map. So Faze doing what they have to and pretty much setting up an escape route. Regardless of how these gunfights go, they're going to be in a good position regardless of it. And with that, Slasher wins his fight. Final 20 look good to belong to Faze. Another lead change inbound, as well as a big 1v1 happening over at the office. Player 5.
This P1, but you want to fight these gunfights towards the backside of parking lot. You're trying to maintain that P2, but Florida Mutineers, 12 seconds away. All someone needs to do is hop on the point, but they're thinking about playing for those spawns. You see Havoc, he has yet to move from Xbox.
Not looking to change anything up, but how about Capsule? So far throughout this series, he has been a man on a mission. 0.5 yesterday versus Minnesota. He's looking for a 1.5 here in this series. Only a few more points left here for the Mutineers. The final 5 will begin to tick away at that first hard point. And now to the parking lot we go. Havoc, the first line of defense. Meanwhile, it's Capsule trying to put a fork in Faze. Oh, he can't.
Oh,
he's not able to take it. And now here comes Atlanta. 2 members strong toward the back lines. Brack snaking his heart out. Give him the dub. Give him the victory. Game 5. Here we come.
what a... They're just trying to keep their champ stream alive, man. Taking a team down like Atlanta Faze can do wonders for your confidence going forward, and magically making it to this game number 5. This is a crucial moment for both squads.
It is indeed. Into round 1 we go. Information gained for either side. Sid, position looked like it was known. He was stunned in the middle of the map, but it does not matter. Him and Abizi handling business, and good night to Tyler Fellow. A statement round number 1 there for Faze. To that middle tunnel. And this is a pick that he's going to need to find. Simp, Abizi. Other than that, not really too much to speak of out of the Mutineers. Abizi again with the first blood. Cuts away. Havoc Slasher is there to drop Fellow as well into the instant 3v2. And boy, do you need an answer if you are the Mutineers. A quick 1v3 for Cap. What has he got?
1v3 for Cap. Slasher's going for that stretch plant. Stun comes in. They know exactly where he's coming from. Let me just tell you right now.
Decides to go for a bomb rotation.
They're trying to play the mind games right now with Atlanta. With Brack holding down this position, he's hoping he gets a couple sound cues of a couple players trying to rotate off. And it looks like it might be working out perfectly. It's what Florida are trying to do. Gets some information on the Slasher. Fellow's able to take him down, so it's all up to Simp and Cell. Can they clutch up in the 2v3?
Oh, Fellow. Great gunfight win versus Simp. You see the mind games that have absolutely been played. But Celium 1v3, not able to take it. That round has Fellow's name written all over it. Not with
Figure out how you want to stop this aggression. Over towards his A-bomb. Another first blood for Abizi. Abizi finds 2. He cannot be stopped, man.
Oh, you know he wants to go for the third. He wants to go for the third. Celium takes it. Is it a hat trick? Not today. Not today. Brack thankfully finds. Timing works out. Fellow able to escape with his life. Both into 10 they go. Brack ends up dropping a BZ. Now it's up to Celium and Simp. Time continues to tick. Fellow jumps out and is able to win that one as well. So now it is up to Simp for the series, and he is gonna go for the defuse.
No way.
In broad daylight.
No way.
In broad daylight. Oh my God. Florida go for the chow. They take him down. It just feels like anything other than that play is what's expected. Simp punches in the digits.
You know where Abizi and Simp are going to be. This time they get their trophy system down. Capsule is able to find the first blood. Already a different story.
Oh my goodness, and Cap right into Canteen.
Wow.
Abizi gets gifted too. Florida, you did everything right, except you didn't account for Abizi. Brings it in now to the 2v2. Position known of a few players. It's the double chow. And now it's all up to Brack, and there he goes. Atlanta Faze.
Welcome back to the show. Tonight, I was expecting to get home a little bit early. With the sun still up, I was going to go out, enjoy some dinner outside. Now I'm eating indoors. So, what happened to this series? How did Florida take you all the way to a Game 5?
I feel like our first S&D, I feel like Florida was doing a really good job of power counting us. So I feel like that map was kind of like, it was close, but I feel like we could have taken it still. And then the embassy hardpoint, I feel like it's kind of dipped, like how you guys said, it's kind of like falling off a little bit. So I feel like after we get that on point, it should be cleaned up soon.
2.17 in your search and destroys today. What is it about that game mode that just makes you so comfortable?
It's just our better and better. I feel like S&D is just how like our whole team loves it. So I mean, it's just easy for me to like just get my picks and stuff, you know.
Yeah, and across every game mode. I mean, are we right? I tell him, I mean, one of the best players in the game. I do have to ask, though, obviously, the numbers can only say so much. You know, me and others as viewers can only say so much about y'all's hardpoint watching it from outside of the game. But inside of the game, where do you guys feel like you're most making those struggles when it comes to your hardpoints? Because you have the talent on the roster, but for some reason, that's where you guys have kind of misstepping.
I feel like it's just our holding. I feel like sometimes when we hold, like our team gets broken a lot. But I mean, it's just a lot of things, to be honest. It's not really like I can't really pinpoint one thing that we're like messing up on. But it's, I mean, it's like a lot of things, to be honest.
Celium, talk to me about control a little bit. So I've noticed you guys are basically only playing Hotel. I know Expo's now in the mix. You've been on this team for a long time, and for the majority of that time, you guys have been dominant at control. Lately, that hasn't been the case. What are you guys working on?
Well, obviously our respawns aren't as like what we want it to be, but our main focus right now is obviously hardpoint. But I still feel like our control needs to work. Like our hotel's getting better, like our hotel control is getting better. So after we clean up some of these maps, then like our series should be looking a lot more better.
Are we gonna see Expo soon, or what?
I don't know. Like maybe. I'm not sure.
Bring it out, buddy. We're ready for it. Congratulations on a hard-fought win against Florida. Before you go, real quick, are you streaming ranked any?